Hello, good morning everyone. Thanks for joining our Semester 7 final project review today. My name is Ikjin. Today, I'm going to share with you the idea of my project. My project title is Reimagine Playscape, Palima Playscape. The pandemic has severely damaged the economy and atmosphere of Ipoh City, and it has also highlighted the importance of regrouping people in public spaces. The project aims to reactivate the town through a spatial design method. The project mixed two different elements to create a green public space and also reimagine people's understanding and design of playscape parks, aiming to connect people in the community with the Ipoh City in the post-pandemic era. The building will include a town playscape park, an indoor garden, and a community market. This project brings a new concept which distance itself from outdated shop lot concept and offer a new lifestyle space instead. Located at the historical junction of Perak famous city, Ipoh City. This project aims to nurture emerging Ipoh local creative talent, combining various human activity with an incubation space. The building was conceived to combine all stages of activity from concept to action and from the showcase to lifestyle. Next, I would like to share the concept of my project. The concept of my project is old and young. As you can see on the board, during the old times and old era, the community at the area was living close to each other. The children were playing on the street. Neighbors were selling their handmade food in front of their house. They even cooked and had meals together to present the lifestyle of sharing is caring. People also did the traditional handicraft for their own use and sold it on the street. There was also an old theater for them to enjoy the traditional performance. People living in the 20th century, they had a very strong communication between each other, but the people living in the modern life is lacking of this. Because of the lifestyle has changed and common area is no longer exist. That's why we need a public space to enhance the community's relationship. Therefore, to bring back the connection in the area, I have created some spaces in my project, which have public spaces and private spaces. I believe it would help the communities to have collaboration, communication, curiosity, creativity, and culturally. These are all the connection between the old and young. For target audience, we believe it's suitable for young adult, student and kids, artists and elderly to pay a visit. We're focusing on 40% of young adult, 30% for student and kids, 20% for artists and 10% for the elderly. Next, let's discuss about the design position of the project. There are 4 key principles I would like to highlight. The first one is this one, the exchange platform, to symbiotic the relationship between the old and young, because I think that the youngster nowadays have a huge generation gap with the oldest. Since we are still lacking of the garden in the town area, I think city garden is a good concept. Building a greenery environment in the concrete building will lead the area to become a green community. My project would go for intermission. It could help to reduce the facade dimensions. Everyone can enjoy the service and facility there. It will become the part of open and public area. no one will be excluded. I would imagine there is a dynamic link in my project. All the activities there will emphasize the community, interaction and neighborhood support. So there's 4 key principles for design position. For the materials I use for this project are rattan, pattern tiles, red bricks, metal roof and oak wood. It won't be too modern, but it's the mixture of new modern and Ipoh style traditional design. For more details of my project, I will do further explanation afterwards. Next, I would like to share the details about the site. The location of my project is Plan B, which located at the center of Ipoh Historical Town area, Jalan Palingma. The old town is located at the west of the Kinta River. The Kinta River divides the historic center of Ipoh into 2 parts, Old Town and the New Town. The history of Ipoh begins with the Old Town during the Tin Rush. The site is surrounded by many historical buildings. As you can see, the Concubine Lane just opposite the site, and behind the site is the Arlene House, was built in the early 20th century by Captain Chong Tai Ping, a prominent tin miner and the last Captain China of Perak and Malaya. It was used as the tin headquarters and trading house to manage his vast business activities in Malaya. And here is the shadow casting analysis. The result shows that the site is not surrounded by tall building, so in the morning we will feel a little bit hot. During the noontime, overall area is barely shaded. The site is completely exposed to the sunlight, so tall trees are needed for the site. In evening, most of the area is shaded. People can walk freely across without feeling uncomfortable. Due to the site location, there are more vehicles travel through the site and result in heavy vehicular noise during the day. And the heavy traffic and vehicles makes the route at the area more dangerous. So that's all about the site. Next, let's have a look for the exploded axonometric diagram. As you can see, the building itself has a large covered indoor area. The majority of the internal space is given over to the activities inside the buildings, such as the handicraft bazaar, the parent-child kitchen, community market, and also the small theater. The outdoor area is designated as children playscape, which is the main area of my project. The building comes with a high roof, so I added a mezzanine floor to this building for people to go upstairs to appreciate the beauty of the space. I also added some different levels of space to this single-story building. As I mentioned, all these spaces and activities are inspired by the past community and activity between the kampong and Old Town. The existence of these spaces is to preserve the beauty of the past. This is the layout plan of my project. The entrance is located at Jalan Panglima. It's over here. And the playscape is the first structure people see when they step into this building. As you can see from the section C to C, this wooden and greenish park is very attractive to children and will become one of the popular check-in location. Although it is an outdoor space, the greenery doesn't make people feel the weather is heat, and it is a public space open to public. Here is some image for the park, the playscape. When people come to the center of the building, it is a handmade market where the handmade handicraft by local people are sold, such as handmade soap, Ipoh famous air tarts, homemade white coffee, and souvenir, etc. On the left hand side is the community market, where the various stalls with a different function are provided for the local vendors and farmers to have a free space to sell their own product and vegetable. On the right is a stage where you can enjoy the various art performances such as the Chinese orchestra, Chinese opera, Malay martial arts performance, and Indian dance. It also provides a venues for people to rent to give a talk. And at the back of the building, there is a semi-open cafe with a garden. And the design of the mezzanine floor provides people with a view of the activities in the whole building at upstairs. And this is the floor diagram of the building. They start from the entrance, then and out they will go up to the upstairs. Last but not least, I would like to highlight the detailed drawings of this project. Dynamic Playscape is one of my main structure in this project. I designed it as 3 circular platforms with different heights with a spiral staircase, which will enhance children's curiosity about different heights and have the desire to find out. In the choice of the material, I choose wood because it can be more integrated with the green plants and to reflect a natural feeling rather than a strong visual effect. The use of the lanterns and rattan as decoration is a kind of local culture, and while enjoying the fun, you can also experience the design concept brought by the local culture. So this is the design of my main structure, the dynamic playscape. That's all about my project. Thanks for your listening, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.